the only way that we can really become stronger economically and graduate, quite frankly, it's long overdue. We have to graduate from developing country. We have to be a developed continent, developed countries, black African countries. If we're going to discriminate, I'm black. Very black, and I love it. Exactly the way I am. Hi guys, hope you all are doing very well today. Welcome back to another episode on the Young and Independent channel. If you're new to me, my name is Sylvie. Today I want to talk to you about what's going on between Tunisia, which is a North African country, and sub-African countries. So if you've not heard this, Tunisia is repatriating, or literally they're sending back and saying we do not want black Africans in our country. Why is this? Why does Tunisia not want black Africans in their country? What is wrong with this skin? What have we done? What is wrong with this skin? And now, I'm not one of those people who goes around feeling sorry for herself for being black. I'm not one of those people who feels like being black is a curse. I'm not one of those people who is going to try to change her skin color in order to please the world. Why? Because I believe that the solution to overcoming all this discrimination against the black skin is not by becoming artificially white. No, it's not by putting cream on my skin to end up getting cancer and falling sick and dying. No, for me, really the solution to this is something that I'm going to talk about in the rest of this video. If that's something you're interested in, stick around. So I came across some news, right? And in the news, literally, it was CNN saying that that sub-Saharan countries are repatriating Tunisian citizens back to their country. And what CNN was saying was that Ivory Coast, Mali, Guinea, and Gabon are helping their citizens return back home from Tunisia. Why are they doing this? Because the Tunisian president on the 21st of February, he said criminal enterprise hatched at the beginning of this century to change the demographic composition of Tunisia. That there's a criminal enterprise that is trying to change the demographics of Tunisia. Do you guys remember when in the World War, when the Nazis were killing the black people, and anyone who didn't have a certain kind of eye or who didn't have a certain kind of skin color? Is that not what Tunisia is kind of insinuating? Like, we don't want too many black people here because eventually more people in Tunisia are going to have brown skin, or they're going to be a darker shade. Like, wait a minute, this is a North African country rejecting sub-Saharan African countries. Literally, the black skin. No, we don't want the black skin because people are planning to change the demographics of our country. Listen, my black skin people, I don't even know the kind of people who travel to fake countries like Tunisia. I don't know. Anyway, they said that only an African country with no belonging to the Arab and Muslim worlds, adding that the ones behind this scheme are involved in human trafficking. Well, what is then happening is that Gabon, Mali, Ivory Coast, Guinea, they're like, okay, my people, what are you guys even doing there? We're sending a plane to come and get you guys out of Tunisia. Come back home, okay? And what is happening is just giving me goosebumps right now. What is happening around the world is revolutionary. If you're living under a rock, I want you to wake up. This is revolutionary. For the first time, the EU has decided to barricade their borders and say, we don't want any more illegal immigrants in our country. The UK today, they've decided that if you cross the channel on a small boat, they're just gonna put you in prison. No any human rights, whatever. They're no longer interested in that brouhaha. And here is Tunisia, which is a country that is in Africa, and they're saying, no, we don't want black Africans here. And then after there was an uproar, the Tunisian president said, well, we don't mind you entering our country legally. We welcome our African brothers and sisters who are here legally. What is going on? Listen, guys, for me, this is the solution, okay? There's no way that Barack Obama is not going to be welcomed in any country. The guy has got his money. There's no way that Oprah Winfrey is not going to be welcomed in any country. She's got her money. There's no way that Dangote is not going to be welcomed in any African country. He's got his money. It's money, economic power. That's the real power. Look, the Jews were being tortured by the German Nazis. What did they do? The Jews now own the financial, institutions of the world. The biggest financial institutions are owned by the Jew. That's the only thing Africans can do, Black Africans, because as I can now see, Africans with fairer skin tones are now trying to differentiate themselves from Black Africans. So what do we do, my people? We have to eventually come together as one. And I love what these African countries are doing. Sending planes to take their citizens away from these countries to say, come back home. Come back home. And I made a video today. I said, there's so much that we can do back home. So much. And that's why personally, I'm preparing to go back home. This isn't working for me. I don't want to be here. I want to be in Africa. Black Africa, to be precise. I don't want to be in any Tunisia or any Egypt. Look at what happened with Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart was preparing a trip to Egypt. He made a comment that, do you guys... history has to remember when Black people were kings and Egyptians were going gaga. They were going crazy and they say, we don't want you in our country. Why? Because they're fair skin. Egyptians have even relegated their Black Egyptians. Yes. They've made them outcasts. Because in Egypt, you've got to be so fair to be Egyptian. Which isn't the case. Egypt is Black. So guys, what's going on? They're like, we don't want you here, Kevin Hart. This is a world-class comedian. And Egyptians are like, they don't want him there. And he ended up canceling the show. This is a trend that all Black Africans have to wake up to. And we have to come to our senses, come to terms with the fact that our only freedom is in our economic power. Let's change our ways. I said in this video that I'm going to link here that the only way that we can really become stronger economically and graduate, quite frankly, it's long overdue. We have to graduate from developing country. We have to be a developed continent, developed countries, Black African countries. If we're going to discriminate, I'm Black. Very Black, and I love it. Exactly the way I am. Never ever going to be a mistake. God made me exactly in the shade, everything perfect in His image and likeness. So it's time for us to really, please watch this video where I say that those of us who are out here grinding, working so hard, sending money home, we just want to go back home. I don't want to stay here. I don't want to stay here. I don't want to stay here. So when people are sending money back home, please use the money responsibly. Use the money responsibly so that things can change and we can go back home. Enough of all this illegal immigration in the first place. This has to stop. I hope you're enjoying this video. If you are, please don't forget to smash that like button. Don't forget to comment in the comment section. Don't forget to share. I need more Africans to see this, because that's the only way we're going to change our story, the narrative on the world stage. When you see Africans on the world stage, you see charities, Oxfam, Red Blood, all these funny charity names with children with flies in their eyes. That's the reflection of Africa out here. And that's why when they see us, they think we're all beggars. They think we're all beggars. I was in Egypt recently and I was just driving through the new capital of Egypt. Although I don't like the way Egyptians behave against Black people, to be honest. I was just driving around the new capital. I'll be going to Kenya and I'll make a video about Kenya. I was driving around the new capital. This is the new capital in Egypt. This is Africa. Okay? So all this displaying of Africa as a poor continent, oh, people are so hungry. What if we are so hungry? What does China want from Africa? What does the US want from Africa? What does France want from Africa? We have everything. We have everything. It's time for us to tap our resources. And that's why I'm saying in this video, this is one business idea that anybody can start to become a millionaire in Africa. If I went back home, I would not look for a job. I'm just going to carry on creating different businesses. And that's what I share in this channel. I share different ideas that you might not have thought of. And that's why I'm inviting you to subscribe. We have to start changing the narrative. And the only way to do that is by becoming economically empowered, powerful. Thank you so much for listening. We've come to the end of today's video. Until next time, I want you to take care. And don't forget to comment. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to share. And don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. Bye-bye.